Ladies and gentlemen and MEBW fans, this is your boy Cody Powers here presenting a first experience thing that we're doing. This is the Jersey Boys podcast experience with my fellow people. Everyone introduce yourselves.
No.
Okay, fine. I'm here with Jack Delta, Matt Thunder, and Tyler Adams. Motherfuckers can't introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone.
There
Hi.
they go.
Hi.
There they go.
I don't like two people in this call, but we have to do it for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Wait, two people?
I fucking hate your guts.
Man,
I will put it aside to bring these people entertainment during this time. So.
I mean, yeah, it's just quarantine. Like, we can't beat the shit out of each other, so we might as well just shit talk each other.
Yeah, me and Matt Thunder are in different locations, so we might as well just play nice.
Yeah, might as well.
Instagram Live. So
yeah, you guys fucking ruined our Instagram Live. Never do those.
That was fun though.
That was really fun. That was a really good segment to film.
Yeah, it was.
Really? Oh, come on!
So, as I'm sure some of you are asking, you being the fans, why is this the Jersey Boys podcast experience? Well, the group of us has been given the label the Jersey Boys, as we were the first people to go over to EBW, hence the Jersey Boys. And we're just going to go through some of the things that we experienced on our various crossover trips.
We're going to kick this off. Water.
I knew it. I knew it. Okay. I want you guys to explain the story first, and then I'll explain my side of the story.
Which is the bullshit side of the story, by the way.
Absolute bullshit side of that story.
Yeah, no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, no.
What happened was we were an hour outside of Michigan, I believe, after we picked everybody up. It was like, what time was it? 4?
It was like 4 or 5 in the morning.
3 or 4 in the morning. Or no, it was 4 or 5. It was because we were leaving right around there.
Yeah. But we had to travel really, really early so we can get there during the day to make time and do everything. Well, anyways, an hour outside of Michigan, we get to this like gas station combination with like Arby's.
It was a Love's gas station combination Arby's.
And we're just going throughout our orders and everything's happening. And
by the way, do not get the Coke float. It was Aya's.
Oh my God. I don't understand how the Coke float was ass. Like it's a float. How's it flat?
So flat.
It makes no sense.
I think the problem with that is it's from Ohio, and fuck Ohio.
Fuck Ohio.
Oh,
That would be.
yeah, fuck Ohio. Ohio, fuck off. But right as we're either as the orders are ending or we're about to leave, we look over and one Cody Powers is walking up to the counter.
Oh boy!
And no words leave his mouth besides water. Nobody was back
This
there.
poor lady behind the counter just hears someone scream water, and then goes and gets your douchebag ass some fucking water. And I don't.
Now
I
he
hear
claims
story
that he didn't scream it.
Yeah, he claims he didn't.
I'll explain my side of the story.
Did more with it, but we all were there.
Yeah, you fucking
Okay.
screamed it, man.
I'll admit, it was 4 a.m. I was very tired, and I have shit hearing in general because I always play my music at the highest volume. In my view of how the events happened, I went up to the counter and I saw the worker from she was in by the drive-thru area. I was like, "Hey, can I get a cup of water?" But everyone else heard water.
There was no, "Hey, can I get a cup of none?"
No politeness whatsoever.
None.
I'm just saying that's how I experienced that event.
That way this weekend we can all
And can we stop at Arby's on the way?
let's do that.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
do
we
that.
need some.
I need some water.
Yeah.
Need some water. All right. We'll see you guys later.
I will say another event I experienced on that car ride was the pain of having 3 people in the back of Delta's car.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
boy.
I forgot we took that
was-
car.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
forget through all the other trips that we take rentals now that we really did take Delta's car on that trip.
Bro, so shoot thing here. Just gonna shoot this out there. Didn't have insurance. And I didn't know we were taking my car until the night of.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, Papa Joe was taking the van.
Oh my god.
Wait, you seriously didn't know?
No,
Yeah,
Oh
not
my
at all.
gosh.
Nope,
I didn't know
no.
that.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Either.
Yep.
Man, that car ride there was something.
Oh boy, it was our first time being in a car for that long together, so it was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was that was like our first time like actually bonding with each other too.
yeah.
yeah, it was like fucking Lord of the Flies. Like all authority was gone away, and just the idiots are out to play.
Yep.
Really was. But what is next after the water story? I don't really like.
We didn't really do much else on the car ride. I don't feel like.
I feel like we had some grievances to air out on the way there, and we did talk a little bit of shit about some people on the roster. But
Oh yeah.
Probably.
I remember that now. We had the biggest shoot session of all time. It was like the greatest shoot interview.
Oh yeah, it was great.
We went off.
Who did we
That
go
was a
off
good-
on?
I think that's where we're gonna leave it.
That's where
I
we're
don't
gonna leave
remember.
it. I remember.
That's where we're gonna leave it because we all want our jobs.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I do remember we had that talk about going to visit Brandon Smith.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. Was that the first or the second one?
That was the first one.
Yeah,
that was
we
the
did.
first one.
Brandon works for that hotel, and he wanted us to come visit him then. Yeah, and we just get time going through the trip because,
We were just right on time.
Yeah,
we had our slotted time, and that was about it. So
yeah, because man, EBW, we had to get
That
our
was an
times right,
experience, man.
dude. What did you guys feel going into EBW? Because like, it was so weird for me. I couldn't really like grasp my head around it for the longest time.
I had that like butterfly in your stomach type feel, kind of like in Georgia.
yeah, there was kind of like a nervousness on the way there to like meet them and be like, holy shit, like. But once we got there, it was like, once we were hanging out with them for a half hour, we were already best friends with them, which was really weird at the time when they were, considered also, in addition to them being our friends, they were first our competition. So it's like how we so quickly made friends with our competition, I think was pretty interesting considering the heat of the competition. Because again, it is our first crossover. It's our first event like that. We hadn't experienced that yet. And the fact that we were able to get along with them so quick was something in itself. So
Yeah, it really was. We bonded so quickly. Thunder and Creed bonded really well.
Yeah.
Play the video. Wait, hold on. Don't play that video. Don't play that video. Never mind. We're taking it back off the screen.
No, play the
Yeah,
video.
don't play the video. Why do you want that?
Never mind. That's getting taken off the screen.
I do have it though, I think.
no, but I think that feeds into the nervousness of the ride there and meeting them and everything, is the fact that it's like, man, is there going to be any heat due to them being our competition? Is there going to be any, what's the tension going to be like in the air? And it just, it all naturally just dissolved and went how it went. So
Yeah, because everybody forgets, but you and Reaper was the first match, Adam.
yeah,
Like that was the first medical match we ever like filmed with them.
yeah, and we filmed in order, which is can be unlikely for us sometimes, but yeah,
Very.
that was we did film that first.
Ding ding.
Yeah, and the fact that we filmed both the first 2 crossovers that one time, it was like, damn.
And we were gonna film the third one.
Yeah, we were gonna film Worlds Collide 3 too. It's like we would have had that in the vault for
We
so
weren't going to
long.
film Worlds Collide 3. We were going to film some IBWA thing.
Oh,
God,
that's dated. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Worlds Collide 3 was never supposed to happen until we decided we were going to go back.
Unfinished Business is going to be the last one.
Mhm.
Oh,
We really weren't able to do anything with IBW because the way that channel would have worked, crossovers would have had to happen so rapidly to keep the channel alive, and it just that might be one of MEBW's biggest failures is trying to do that, I guess.
yeah, 100%. Like, and like a lot of the companies were just like spaced out. Wasn't one of the Australian company in it?
Yeah.
It's like
I don't even.
it's like we're not gonna go to Australia as much as it'd be like cool to go. It's like that's so fucking far. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, even with the
I don't know how many
price,
fans
like
even remember that.
Yeah,
I don't even know how many fans even remember what IBW is.
probably two.
IBWA or whatever. I don't even.
I mean, the 5 people that are watching the Gun and Roman show right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't on the same time as the Gun and Roman show. I forgot about that.
No,
I remember
Oh,
exploring Philly the first time was really interesting. Like we weren't in like downtown Philly. We were in some weird, I don't know what the term for it was, but like there was a lot of stores that I was like, I don't feel comfortable like passing by these stores.
Oh, the first time in Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah, I
those
remember
stores on the block, and I don't know why.
I think that was downtown
Yeah,
Philly. I'm pretty sure it was.
It was downtown, and
It was downtown, but it wasn't like good downtown that we went to in Jersey.
yeah, but see, like downtown Detroit doesn't really have an area like that. So for us, that's different to just walk around and on every corner there's that kind of store. That's
Yeah.
It felt crammed too.
Oh, it was very crammed.
I felt like Will Ferrell from Elf. Like everywhere I went.
That's
You kind of look like Will Ferrell.
You know, I knew it was coming too.
I was gonna say it too. I was gonna say, well, I mean, yeah. I will say the cheesesteak from the first time got completely blown out of the water by the cheesesteak from the second trip.
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah.
Man.
We ate at like a
I found-
tourist cheesesteak place. That's what it was.
Yeah, we really did. Dude, was it Jersey 1 or Jersey 2 where they had the pizza with the broccoli on it?
I don't remember.
Oh boy, I think that's 2.
That might have been 2. Okay. One of the trips, I don't know if that's a New Jersey thing, but one of the pizzas they got had broccoli on it, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, wait, was that in Jersey or was that in New York when we went to New York on those trips as well?
You know what? It was in both. It was in Jersey too, and it was in New York.
Yeah,
I remember now.
I remember having New York style pizza with Mr. Richard Christian, and yeah, I remember that for some strange reason. The very large pizza that you fold in half and just do it the New York style way, and that I remember from Jersey too.
I just want to say, if it wasn't for Richard Christian, I'd probably still be lost in New York because of the subway system.
Oh, if it wasn't for Richard Christian, all of us would have Corona right now because we'd be like wandering around the subway system in New York.
I think it's funny because we forget how many fans we probably have in New York, and they're probably looking at us like, bro, that subway's fucking easy, and we're just like, no.
Hell no.
No, man.
We don't get it. We're not from here. We have not lived here all our lives. And we probably sound dumb saying that, but I mean, hey, I don't know.
New York that first time was a trip, man.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we had those 2 New York trips and we fit so much into those 2 days that we've all ever been to New York. It was just that was. And trying to fit in everything that we wanted to do was always going to be impossible no matter what. So.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because you bought those Legos.
Yeah,
we did buy Legos.
Me and Adam spent a bunch of money on Legos at the Lego store.
Back when I didn't give a damn where any of my money went. Yeah.
$200 at the Lego store.
Yeah, you did. I can't say anything bad about that because I spent $500 at the Lego store.
Jeez.
Well, yeah. How much did you think my Death Star was?
I know.
$500.
I wouldn't roast him if it was anything but Lego City. Lego City.
Lego City does suck.
Do you guys remember the first thing we did when we got to the hotel in Jersey 1?
Didn't we go swimming?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, we started doing in the pool and shit. Yeah.
Oh, we had a good time swimming. We did triple power bombs.
Each other into the pool, German suplex and power bombs and all
triple
that
power
shit.
bombs.
Triple power
Yeah.
bombs. Yep. Triple power bomb throwing. Remember we used to
Oh yeah.
do the triple power bomb, but
Yeah.
do like
We launched your ass, bro.
yeah, we do a release version and you just let somebody fly. It was great.
That was fun. And then we just like destroyed that hotel room the entire time.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say
like,
one of my things that I'm gonna say is there are some stories in that hotel room that can't be told, but
oh yeah, definitely.
But for that, I'd like to just let the fans use their imagination, even if they are so far off that it's not even close. Just use your imagination. There are stories from that hotel room that we cannot tell on here, but use your
Oh,
imagination
100%.
to find that wherever you please. So.
One story we can tell is when Tyler Adams was throwing pillows at windows, TVs, cans.
Oh my god, I was so mad during that. I started like quoting that Vine. I was just like, Adam.
Oh my god. You were mad and scared all at the same time because it's like I was gonna break something, but we were all going fucking like, you know, it was just
we were going stir crazy.
We were going stir crazy, and it was that thing of, like I said, just the inexperience of us all being on a trip together before. So it's like, first one, I feel like that's what added to it being wild as fuck. So.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Jersey 1 was a wild party. That's like all I can describe it as.
Yeah. If you guys can't think of anything else that happened, I was gonna say, because I know we want to go somewhat in order of how we do this, but we did watch All In with Max and all the boys. So
yeah, we did.
Not leave that out, even though it wasn't our favorite. I didn't want to leave that memory out because there was a lot.
It did happen. I think the us watching All In as a group and like being able to have conversations and relax with each other was a really good experience. It's just I didn't like the pay-per-view.
Yeah, understanding what's
it had
not.
good moments, but I mean it just was not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of dick druids, bro. Joey Ryan's gimmick was like 3 years ago. It's like, we get it, dude. You flip people with your dick. Like, that's all you got, bro.
Well, now he's cancel culture.
Oh yeah, now he's cancel culture. At least he's doing something different. Good. Reinvent yourself once in a while.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, and he plays a good heel, so let him have fun with that.
I'm trying to think. Oh, what else did we do in New York? We did some dumb stuff in New York.
First time.
Ground Zero.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying dumb stuff, but we did visit Ground Zero. That was really weird. I have a lot of like personal feelings on that one that I just like. I felt really weird about.
Yeah, and then both times we visited the 9/11 Memorial, which was a site in itself.
Yeah, it's so weird that it's like a tourist attraction. It's like it's really grim to think about. Like a bunch of people died. It's like a tourist attraction. Everyone's like, buy your World Trade Center keychain. And it's like, what the fuck, man? What is this?
The worst thing is it's like right where it happened. So it's like
it's not even like 5 feet away. It's literally
it's like if someone went up to where the Hindenburg burned down and was like, here's your commemorative Hindenburg merchandise. It's like, bro.
The first time we went there, it was a lot more busy.
It was scary, honorable.
Oh yeah, because it was.
I feel like.
Yeah, it was an odd feeling there.
Yeah, it was odd, but it was honorable too because you look at those things and you kind of feel for those families and everything like that, and that's just like it's something you could literally feel in that area. So I guess that aspect of it is interesting. I guess you'd say. I don't know what other word you would even use for it, but yeah, it was a sad thing to see too, though, especially with people planting roses in the letters of their family members' names and everything, and just all that. It was just it's a sight.
And then you actually walk the perimeter and you just keep looking at the names and the names.
There's so many.
Yeah, I actually remember some of them, and I've got pictures on my phone and shit, and just yeah.
Yeah, I got some pictures on my camera.
No, but another fun thing from Jersey was when we went to go around the places, we got into different car rides, and it was like a different group of like a mix of EBW and MEBW people.
Oh yeah, that was the second trip, I believe.
Yeah, that was Jersey.
Yeah,
was it the second?
It was Jersey. Jersey 2's car rides are really interesting. I feel there's a little more we can talk about Jersey 1, but Jersey 2 has got a lot of good content. So I think we can switch over to there, and if we remember anything about Jersey 1, we can pop it in. The Jersey 2 car ride situation was really funny. We had Jay Creed and we had Reaper for a while in our car, and seeing the Jay Creed Tommy Gunn dynamic was hilarious.
And it was also very scary when we arrived to Philly. Because
Oh,
Jay
yes.
Creed would start rolling down his windows.
Oh my
and
god,
start
I did
saying
not like sitting in the back.
I'm so glad I was not in that car. I was in a car with Max,
I'm
Max's
so
girlfriend, and BBW commentator Stacy Wilson.
See, but I was
Oh.
in a car with Jay for half the way there, or both. Did he go in the van for both, or did he?
He was in the van for both because I was in the van for both.
One of the times, I mean, I swear, I love Jay and everything, but man, he would not fuck off for like 5 seconds, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on?
He was not like he was killing me. And, like seeing him and Tommy interact was golden.
Oh yeah, Tommy went to Jersey too.
That's why
Tommy did.
Oh, I have some shit to talk about that.
Yep, we're shooting it.
We're shooting. We're shooting. So
I hope he listens.
He's going to listen.
I hope he does.
We're going to get the call.
We're gonna get the call. No, I don't want the call. Okay, so Jersey 2 was the crew that went to Jersey 1, which is us four, Richard Christian, plus Tommy Gunn went on this trip. So obviously we couldn't all stay in one room. So the rooms got split up. So it was Thunder Adams and Richard Christian in one room, and me, Delta, and Tommy Gunn in the other room. See, we have two very different Jersey 2 experiences. We have Thunder and Adams, which was, oh, it was a really good trip. And then you have the me and Delta, which was, oh my God, I hate this.
Oh boy.
Jersey 2 was a good trip.
Yeah, exactly. I told you. This is how it happens. But like, we had this. So let me tell you, if you've never been trapped in a room with Tommy Gunn for a week, it consists of having to wear headphones to sleep because he snores so loud. We played a copious amount of Jeopardy. And then he ordered the entire Chick-fil-A menu.
Oh man.
The entire Chick-fil-A menu. I'm not kidding. I looked up the menu. Every single thing on that menu was on that table. Every single.
Good old Tommy, man.
Why can I just sit here and just imagine Tommy being all over Jeopardy and all over Chick-fil-A at the same time? Man.
Oh, let me tell you how many times I walked into the room after doing something. I open the door and I hear sports radio, Jeopardy, and food. Like, I was like, please, just let me go sleep in peace.
Oh
boy. And then running up the Philadelphia stairs.
Oh God.
The
I won that, by the way. I won that race.
You did.
Yep. It was like everyone that went on MEBW and everyone in EBW, and Thunder won. I lost.
Oh boy. Yeah, it was people in the middle. I do love the Philly stories, but before we bypass those, I think we forget to tell people that was the first thing we did when we got to Jersey 2. Nothing else. First thing was filmed Delta Roman for Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that was the first thing. Well,
yeah,
after
our
debacle, but
after.
Oh
my God.
I'm gonna get into that one because there's a reason that I take over hotel now for our trips. So this is turning into a Tommy Gunn shoot session. Oh my God,
we really are.
We are the clique. So he booked it and he was gonna pay in cash only. Well, he didn't realize you can't pay in cash only. So we had this whole thing where we didn't have enough money on a card. And like, we were like standing there. We could not get our hotel room for like 2 hours. We were sitting in the parking lot of this hotel room, texting Max being like, we're trying to check in. We have problems with the hotel. This isn't working. And that's why it gets dark halfway through the match.
Yeah, it gets. So that's what I was going to bring up is the first thing we did is do Delta Roman. And even though that was the first thing we did, with those hotel troubles taking us so long, you can see it in the middle of that match. It starts to get really dark, and at the beginning, it's just as bright as it was for the rest of the Mania card. So it kind of looked weird towards the end. But I don't notice it because I'm so distracted by the actual match itself being as good as it was. And just, yeah, I think that's how most people probably look at it. So
Yeah, that
Yeah.
match was supposed
Thank
to
you
be
for
a little
that, Adam.
longer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
think
was
so.
supposed to be a little bit longer. My crossover matches always get cut for time just because something always happens. But no, I love that match with Max. Little known thing, it was originally supposed to be Tommy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no one
that was
knows
supposed
that.
to be
Tommy
Tommy.
versus Max. Holy shit.
Wow, so we should bring up that then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes. Taping days we haven't really figured out. But tomorrow, as we're filming it, we're doing a Tommy Gunn podcast as well. I think we're gonna go in on that
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
That'll be before this,
So stay
though,
tuned.
I believe. So stay tuned. It's coming. The full story of Gunn and Roman.
The Gunn and Roman show.
The Gunn and Roman show. Yeah.
Another thing, we were on Jersey too, but I keep going back to things we just we bypass. I'm going to talk about one thing that we can't rob these fans of hearing about. As soon
Is it what I think it
as
is?
soon as someone thinks they know it, just scream it out. It's on our way back from New York the first time.
Oh God.
So let's tell people who Mahmoud is and tell people that that's not his actual name and why we call him that. So
Okay. I can take this unless someone
No,
else
you
wants
go
to take it. Okay. So as this is going, we're on our way back from Jersey or New York. We're on our way home. We're all dead tired. We go to this gas station in New Jersey. We're right outside New York. And we pay the money to the gas station attendant. And like we go in, get our stuff. Then we see Richard Christian arguing with the dude. We're like, uh-oh, what's going on? And the guy was like, you didn't give me money. And he's like, I just gave you $20. And he's like, no. And Richard Christian's like, are you trying to rob me? And he goes, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's like, what is okay?
No, it's
You're
not
like,
okay for you to rob us of money. We paid the $20, and you're saying we didn't pay, and you're saying we have to pay again. For you people who don't know, and if you don't live in New York or if you've never visited there, people pump your gas for you. So the guy,
it's
the
a
guy
job
outside whose job it was to just purely pump gas is who we are talking about right now. And he said we didn't pay. We had to go inside, get the cashier to come outside and tell Mahmoud that we fucking paid for our gas. So we named him Mahmoud in a traditional us being, just ignorant. And that's what we called him. And I love it. But man, that was
you just reminded me of a thing that I finally connected the pieces. I had this thing written on my phone in my memos for like a year or so that was just said Mahmoud steals a monster. And I was like, what the hell is that about? And I just remembered we were in the car and I think Richard Christian completely didn't have a monster that he bought.
And so your theory is that Mahmoud took his monster.
He took the monster because he paid $20.
Damn, he got us, man.
Oh man, that's a chapter we never thought we were putting in our book for our first trip. That is that was
Man, that was a riot.
additional.
That has been a meme ever since.
Oh man, the Jersey one was just a meme.
Yeah, honestly, with how much we're laughing, we should just bring up the fact that we have our Impractical Jokers.
Yes, I love this.
So I think I'm Sal.
Jack Delta is Sal.
I'm Joe.
I am 100% Q. You are definitely
Yeah, I'm
Joe.
Joe. At Thunder is murder.
Thunder is murder.
We are the Impractical Jokers.
Prepare for something amazing. Hey, mustache, what's up? I love my mommy. I will never forgive you. Larry!
Yep. It's too accurate. Oh, I just remembered another story about Jersey 1.
What's that?
And it was the one in the pool, but not the hotel pool, Max's pool.
Oh dear.
Oh
do we
no,
go
do
there?
we go here? Yeah, we do. You can't rob the fans of this story. People are bored as fucking.
Yeah.
Listen, people are bored as fucking quarantine right now. They need something like this. So somebody who can hold themselves together, tell this damn story.
Definitely not CEO.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So we're in Max's backyard, and he has a nice pool set up, and everybody starts going swimming. And so Jay Creed gets on top of this ladder, and someone dares him to take his shorts off.
Skinny dip.
And skinny dip. But as soon as he did, Thunder grabbed his shorts and yeeted them over the fence. And he had to run butt naked to go and grab them.
That was after he skinny dipped into the pool too.
Yeah, so when he skinny dipped, I'm sitting right next to Maximus Roman, and Jay Creed jumps in ass naked into the pool, and Max goes, "Ew, dick cheese," and runs out of the pool. He jumps over that wall faster than I've ever seen in my life. He jumps out of that pool, and I mean, he was quick. He was out of there, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" And then as soon as Jay goes to get his shorts, Matt Thunder, being the real life heel that he is, takes the shorts and fucking yeets them over the fence. Now, all these yards have fences, but behind the fences, these are big properties, and they've got this, just bigger lot of yard. It doesn't really belong to anyone. It just kind of,
it's like a giant alley. You see it in EBW's backyard.
EBW's backyard and their short films and everything like that. And so Jay has to walk in front of some houses that don't have fences. And if anyone is looking out their window at anyone is looking out their window at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, they see naked Jay Creed running to go get his shorts. And the funniest part of that whole story is how long it took him to find them. He could not find them, and he just continually walked. It is impossible that somebody didn't see him in that form. And why they didn't give a shit, I have no idea.
It was like the Scooby-Doo bits where they run through the doors and they keep coming back through other doors. Going one way, and then all of a sudden he's the other way, and then all of a sudden he's back the other way. It's like, what are you doing, bro?
Scooby-Doo character by himself, and that was great.
Yeah.
And then everybody forgets about the second time. He just randomly, like right before we left, just pulled his shorts down. Just right down the street one more time.
For no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, no one dared him. No one said anything. He just...
Well, funny side note, there's somebody in this podcast who does that when I leave his house sometimes. So,
I wonder who that could be.
Well, maybe the fans don't know. So we'll just leave that as another take your memory where it goes, or take your imagination where it goes. We're taking our...
Yeah, let your imagination flow.
Yeah, let your imagination flow. All that shit that we don't elaborate on, But...
God, I cannot believe that was like all of Jersey 1.
Yeah,
we just
Jersey 1.
Jersey 1.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, we barely got into Jersey 2. That was mostly Jersey 1.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
And there is so many more
so
stories,
much.
but
well, Jersey 2, there's also the painful
New York trip.
The painful booking of the Rumble, deciding 20 or 15, and us arguing with the Mr. Tommy Gunn on how that would go.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Which Tommy was right in the end, but
Tommy was right in the end. I don't know why Richard Christian decided to get involved. Hunter Jones was long gone, and he had no job at that point. But I mean, he did decide to fare for us on our behalf. So hats off.
Yeah,
to him
and Richard
for that,
Christian was in that Rumble too.
Yeah, Richard Christian was in that Rumble.
He was in that Rumble. I eliminated him.
Maybe he has that instance to thank for being in the Rumble. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll ever return to MEBW, honestly.
It's possible.
Yeah.
If he does, I'm beating his ass.
What's funny about that is we don't know the answer
Seriously.
to that question.
He just pops up.
Yeah, it just happens. Like, I didn't know he was going to win the 24/7 title.
Mm-hmm.
He just won it.
Oh, man. I love how our 24/7 title, for whoever follows that, I love how sometimes it's very very scripted, and then some other times it's just so shoot, because the cool thing is you never know when it's which one. So it's just like have fun and watch. Forget that there's two worlds here and just combine them into one, which is the greatest thing about wrestling. So yeah, that's
Yes, a dog won the 24/7 title.
A dog pinned me for the 24/7 title.
That's pretty sad.
And then, well, listen, I had to give the old dog one last run.
One last run.
Crazy things on our product. We've had a dog pinning a former CEO, and then we've also had the comeback story of El Gingy from when he lost 300 pounds in like a week.
That is a great video.
So,
that is a great
we'll
video.
Go back and watch that
It's
at the end.
very inspirational.
Mucho inspirationality.
If you guys ever need a fucking backstory, there you go.
It's the worst Spanish I think I've ever heard. God damn.
Link in
So
description.
yeah, can we really not dig up any more Jersey 2 stories or what?
I'm trying to think of what else we did in Jersey too.
Forgotten one. We randomly just ran into Enzo.
Enzo
We
Amore.
did. We ran into Enzo
In New
Amore.
York. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not too hot on Enzo Amore, but like even then I saw him and I was like, oh my god, like that's fucking Enzo Amore.
Yeah, this was around the time he did that shoot Ring of Honor thing or whatever was happening with
Yeah,
that.
it was that weekend he did the shoot Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah, he was in New York for it.
The crazy thing was,
Yeah.
me and Thunder, we both like looked at each other and when we kept glancing back at each other and then at Enzo, and we're like, is that fucking Enzo Amore in the middle of Times Square?
Yep, and then we went over and took a fucking picture with him.
I'm sorry, Thunder goes, oh my god, I think that is him. And I'm like, it is. And then we all go over there. We end up all getting a picture with him. And then he takes a picture with a couple other people. And then he's like, all right, guys, I got to run and everything. And little did we know, a couple nights later, he would be doing an invasion that we don't know if that was, well, yeah.
Yeah, you know his
I think it was a work.
Yeah,
you know his retirement.
I don't think security would have let somebody get that far with that, whether they're a pro or not. I don't think. So. But it was a good angle at the time, because at the time the moment felt so real that people were like, wait a minute. And it's kind of one of those things that just gets you wondering and gets you guessing, which is, all.
Yeah. It's like the screw job. Screw job is the exact same way. I think
the screw job is like a farther into that though, because that one you can argue the case for both sides, and that's a really tough one to.
Yeah.
You can't guarantee that it's a work. You can't guarantee that it's a shoot. You can have a lot of evidence to one side, but then one piece of evidence comes up for the other side, and you're like, well, what the hell is it?
Yeah, it's highly
it's a debatable topic for years and years and years to come, and years already that have passed that people have just, wondered.
Do you guys remember that we picked up Max and the Reaper from school?
Yes, I was going to mention.
Yes, I do remember that. We picked them up from high school, and we went.
It's on my Snapchat memory somewhere. It says picking up Maximus Roman from school.
Yep.
So.
That was really interesting. It was like kind of creepy. It was like we're just like sitting outside his school.
Yeah, there's a big ass van outside his school with a bunch of people in it, and they're he's just getting in there. People are wondering, is he coming back tomorrow? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's like they got a Michigan plate.
And then we went back to the hotel and we swam, right? We played Marco Polo.
Oh, dude, I have the video of Marco Polo up on the Patreon. It was interesting. And then you got heat with Max for saying
which was a work.
Sucks. Yeah, I figured. But he was like, what the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?
Yeah, if you want to feud with Maximus Roman people, just call
Metallica.
Yeah, just say Metallica, and then he'll be mad.
No, but now we can probably lead into the actual taping of Jersey 2, which was where we finally did Thunder and Roman 2.
Which we originally did a 6-man first.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that 6-man that got released on the Patreons.
I actually, it's funny, I just watched that earlier, right before we got on here, just to see if it would re-jog some memories from either of the Jersey trips, and it did. I hit Maximus Roman with the nastiest neck chop I've ever done in my entire life.
Play the clip, monkeys.
If you hear that one,
Adam's
hear that one,
oh, neck chop!
like, oh my god. The only other one that compares is one that nobody will ever see, and I will not get over this, and this will get talked about in the Georgia section. But the only other nasty neck chop was at another crossover, which I did to Tyler Green. Sorry for all you people who never got to see that match. It was probably one of my.
We'll definitely get into that. Yeah, I didn't really do anything at Worlds Collide 3. I was camera. I took pictures for a lot of it, and they're all sitting on my desktop. Yeah, I took a bunch of pictures and they had some really good shots. I used them for like a school project.
That in itself is a great contribution to doing so. Even if you weren't involved on screen as heavily, that's awesome too. I think that gets undervalued. Is like anything with cameras and work like that. I respect it because I can't do it. So.
Oh yeah, you still need to upload those, man.
I know it's just a pain in the ass to get them off of where
Send
I
in
have
some
them.
to the MEBW editor.
I'll maybe. But man, was that the taping? No, this is a really dumb question. I was gonna say, was Jersey 2 the one where they made the hot dogs and stuff, or was
I think that was
the
the first one.
Okay, yeah, that was the first one. Jersey 2 had the really interesting food. The pizza we got in New York was disappointing.
Jersey 2, we also went to the hibachi place and had sushi and hibachi.
Oh my god.
Wasn't that Daddy?
That was Daddy. Okay. So we went to this hibachi restaurant. I don't remember if we told this on the Max podcast or not, but we went to hibachi. We're all sitting there. I'm sitting next to Tommy Gunn and I'm afraid of what he's gonna order. Luckily I probably matched what he ordered and so did Adams. Because I think we all got sushi and we all got an exorbitant amount of stuff.
I ordered a good amount of sushi like I always do, and I don't regret it.
Yeah, never regret it. But I look at the receipt after we're done eating, and it says server name Daddy. I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? Our server's name was Daddy. And then that was like the last time we saw all of them. Like, you know what? I just realized we didn't talk about the greatest thing from Jersey.
What?
Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like how it was conveniently near like every hotel that we stayed at, because if you've been to a 7-Eleven and you don't know what Wawa is, imagine 7-Eleven was 10 times better, healthier, and just just with a better selection and everything like that,
and had fresh subs.
Fresh grinders and everything, subs, whatever, and just that I felt was pretty cool. And
it's so legendary that it made it into the Mania entrance.
It did.
Oh, it was. We put the Wawa sub in the Mania entrance. Wawa is a legendary place because no other place can I be at like 1 a.m. and get a nice caramel macchiato and a fresh baked pretzel and a sandwich if I want. Like, Wawa is a godly place, and the fact that we don't have them in Michigan just makes me irate.
Yeah, it's they should branch out to us, because that would be our spot.
You know what else is bullshit? Jersey and Georgia both have Chick-fil-A's on every corner. We have shit. We have
like how many in Michigan?
2.
Like 2?
Like 2 or 3. Yeah. One's at a hospital, one's in a mall, one's on a college campus.
So we have like 1.5.
Yeah. So yeah, they like don't count as a full. I'm not going into the mall to get a damn good.
I'm not going into
sandwich.
The hospital.
I'm not going into the hospital, especially not now.
No.
And the way college kids are acting with social distancing, you might as well eliminate going to the other Chick-fil-A. So you might as well just say we have fucking none.
We have none. We have none.
Oh my god. The other funny thing though about Wawa being included in the package for Delta at Mania, I feel like that was solely the editor trying to pop the boys, and I appreciate it.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, 100%. That's basically all of the editing.
It was to pop their boys. It was to pop our boys. The fans don't understand why that was in there for 5 seconds until now, which is why this podcast can do them so much justice today. So, yeah. Is there anything else from Jersey too that you guys?
Just how sad
Yeah.
the goodbyes were.
Yeah, that goodbye was sad. What song did we listen to?
See you again.
The World Collide, or didn't we also listen to the Worlds Collide theme before they left? Like our original theme for that show. I feel like we
might
listened
have.
to that with them, at some time or right before we left or something like that.
I remember
we
that,
did.
yeah.
But since that's the end of Jersey too, there's one other trip that we went on, and one that we were supposed to be on until coronavirus screwed that plan up, and that's Georgia. Georgia was a legendary trip, to say the
Yeah,
least.
and we are supposed to be there right now, and we're not.
Yeah. I think we would have been
Actually,
driving
I think
home right now.
we'd be on our way home. We'd be on our way home right now as we're filming this. But no, we're all home and quarantining. And but aside from that, Georgia was a very wild experience. It was Joe Erebus's first road trip, and it was our third.
It was also our first time bringing Owen as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that was Owen's first trip back when he was a good person,
Yeah,
not
he
a
was playing there.
shitbag.
Yeah, when he was joking, and then we also brought Raylo. So
Yeah, we kind of put Raylo in the trunk.
Yeah.
It was just too tight in the car. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it happens. He didn't win the All-American Championship yet, so you get put in the trunk.
I mean, he was used to that anyway. So I mean,
And you also lose to JMF.
Yeah, you also
So
lose
did
to
Joe
JMF and Hardhead.
way to
So did Joe Erebus.
he's way to bury Raylo. All right.
Yep.
So who's got the first Georgia story?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, I did tell the Waffle House one. But...
Well, I think the most appropriate would be when we got to the house and we finally met them. And the first thing we seen was a running Dak Ryan running towards our car.
There's an unseen video of that, actually. Yeah, it's on my phone.
Really?
Oh, boy. You're gonna have to send that to some people.
Here, it'll just play right now.
Big pop. Big pop.
Can I scream, dude? Can I scream?
Big pop. All right, let's get out.
Right? Yeah, you fucking.
Big pop.
Oh my god, my god.
No.
Oh.
Big fucking pop.
Oh.
Yeah. Big fucking pop. Let's go, boys.
Dink, editor, thank you.
Editor. Good job, editor. You're a marvel.
But we 5 minutes in, we've seen them Canadian destroying each other on couches.
Yeah, they were just doing.
We walk
Canadian
outside.
destroyers.
It's the first time I've ever seen a ring in like a backyard. It's weird.
Immediately.
We start training. Oh.
Yeah, immediately everyone was training.
I
even was training a
seminar
lot.
by all the boys and everything that they've learned from obviously their training, which was awesome, and we thank them very much for that. So
Yeah, they're the reason that MEBW is as good as it is today, because like everyone learned really good stuff from that.
Yeah, there was a noticeable improvement after that trip for everybody.
Yeah, crossovers do wonders for wrestling ability.
yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
Then Joe Erebus went on a crossover and then he won the world title.
Yeah, he won the world title like what, a month after? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
A month after.
All because fucking Storm. Storm was supposed to go on every single crossover that we've talked about.
Yep.
Every single one.
And he always cancels like a week before, the couple days before.
Yep. He was supposed to go to Jersey 1. He didn't. I took his spot. Supposed to go to Jersey 2.
Didn't go.
Didn't go. And then Georgia, he was supposed to go and face Dak Ryan. And that didn't happen.
Yeah, we even got promos up on
Yeah, that match was supposed to happen.
Yeah, we even put promos
so
up.
I'm going to pull a classic Tyler Adams and defend us all and say that is not our fault to anyone. Okay, so first of all, Joe did improve drastically did deserve to be the next one in line. But for all the people who thought, man, why are you guys making Joe champion so quick? First of all, y'all can blame Chris Storm for that. So I don't want any of that heat coming back to us anymore. And I mean, it's a dead subject, but still, to defend ourselves at the time, I mean, come on, there wasn't much we could do. And to see someone, even though it was because of the Georgia training, which is how it, all pertains to this trip, but to see how much he improved, he definitely deserved it. So wasn't just a hasty decision. It wasn't just a panic decision. It was thought out, and the way it was done was thought out. And
because everything we do is deliberate, whether you want to believe it or not.
Yeah, because we easily could have had Thunder win it again if we wanted to, but like we took the chance on Erebus, and I'd say it worked out.
So I would just say, for people who wonder about decisions sometimes, I guess we could just tell them, to wait for the long-term storytelling to play out, because we do have that. We do believe that that's what makes wrestling, part of what makes wrestling great. There are a lot of components, but long-term storytelling is one of them. So for people who are very impatient, kind of fix that if you're going to go through long-term storytelling, because that's just how we book our product. So
yeah, but now it's time for I think this is fair to finally shoot on how bad the actual editing was, because our editor decided not to come that time. And it brings down the overall remembrance of the wrestling, but the overall trip is what we care about the most, because
Civil War had some editing issues.
But it's okay.
A lot.
So when you see someone get introduced and then 30 minutes into the match, and there was no match that went that long, but I'm just saying 30 minutes into the match, you start to see their name on the screen. That's
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was weird. Every single time that did happen, like they were always like getting hit.
Yeah.
It was like, thank you for that, editor. Thank you. And then my favorite one was the opening package for day 3 opened on small screen.
I was so mad when I seen that.
Oh man, I remember. I remember being in the car ride back, and we get a text that's like, "Fuck, the other camera was set to the wrong mode. All the footage is gone."
We lost so much.
We're like, "What? Are you kidding me?" So we lost Tyler Adams versus Tyler Green. We lost half of Delta and Blade.
Yeah, which was, guess what? By the way, in 2 minutes, I took a splash through a table off a ladder and a 1916 from the top rope. And that's what got cut.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Do you guys, so I don't, for some reason, do you guys remember any of the match of me and Tyler? Because I don't have any memory besides throwing.
I remember the entrances.
I remember his entrance was way too long.
That's okay. We love his song, and we're gonna accept that anyway. But
no, it was good, but no, he had the Red Dead Redemption intro. Like, played the entire Red Dead Redemption intro theme, and then played his theme song, and it was like, dude, what is this? This is way too long.
I like how I'm so surprised, and I was the other person in that match, but.
You were probably just hyped up. That was like a 5-minute intro, bro.
I wish the camera didn't fucking die.
That's some Tommy Gunn shit.
Yeah.
That really messed up. I feel bad because obviously it wasn't. I'm not blaming myself because it's like something I could have never seen coming. But like I was on the camera that got messed up, and I didn't even notice that it wasn't recording properly because it wasn't in the right mode. In the wrong mode.
Yeah, basically it just sped everything up that we filmed to 2 minutes, and it was irreversible.
Yep.
I don't know why they wouldn't make it. If they have such a stupid setting like that you can take a whole 15 to 20-minute match and all of it just fast forwards itself all into 2 minutes, why wouldn't they have a setting where you could reverse that? I mean, that just kind of seems like something you would want to maybe put on the camera just in case somebody, fucks up. Like it happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just, I don't know.
We also can't forget that TWE was also supposed to be there.
Yeah, TWE was supposed to be
Weren't
there.
Weren't some people from J&A teasing coming too? And
I think the rest of J&A was supposed to be there too.
Originally, The Littles were supposed to be
Yep.
there as well.
Oh my god.
My
Word.
God.
Yeah.
Wasn't Navon talks to be there too?
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Navon McDonald and Darkside were a week off from coming down there. What ended up happening was they thought the dates that we were releasing them was the day that we were taping them, so we missed them by a week.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of
We
happens.
still haven't met them, and that's going to be one of the things that if I don't, I'm gonna hate myself for the rest of my life if I don't get to meet those guys, because that's the only cornerstone of backyard wrestling that we have not met yet, of at least current day modern popularity. I mean, that just
Mhm.
They're the only ones
Yeah,
that are
the
feasible.
only ones we
Yeah.
haven't really touched yet, and it seems, it seems weird that we're 45 minutes from them at least twice, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been seeing that thing going around on Twitter, that barbecue invitational.
Yeah, some kind of barbecue
Yeah, what the hell is that?
invitational?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some Adam Anderson guy is saying we're gonna be there. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one.
Interesting companies there though. Did you see
BTW is gonna
BTW
be
was
there?
gonna
Yeah,
apparently be there? Yeah, I wonder who that's gonna be.
I wonder. I've heard a couple names, but I don't know. They're not confirmed, so I can't say any. But if that ends up happening, that's going to be ridiculous. It's going to turn the backyard wrestling world on its head.
So so back to Georgia, there's of course more stories. We always talk about, with hotels, we talk about the swimming pools. We forgot to talk about in Jersey too, how we all kind of had like mini talks about how we feel about wrestling, Max, Tommy, everybody, while we were all in the pool.
Mhm.
Oh
I
yes,
think somebody has some kind of memory from there that they can tell a story from. But just to shine on the Georgia trip for a minute, we did not use that pool once at that hotel.
Not once.
yeah, that was so disappointing. We didn't swim
Yeah,
at
not
all.
one time. And that was the only crossover that we didn't swim in the pool at the hotel. It had nothing
Yeah.
to do with the area or anything like that. We just didn't do it.
It was just we were always at the TVW guys.
Yeah, we were always hanging out with the
Yeah, we were
TBW guys.
And if we were back, we were
the Waffle House employees just looking at 25 guys walking in at once.
Yeah, there was so many. We had to take 3 or 4 carloads of people to go to
I
Waffle
remember sitting
House.
in the trunk with Dak Ryan, so that's
And Wingstop.
Yeah, you sat in the trunk.
Yeah, this van's trunk was deep, and it was just me and Dak Ryan sitting back there in the dark, and then we get to Waffle House, and that.
It's like a clown car. There's just 7, 8 people getting out of the car at once.
Yeah, it's like scenes where the FBI is in the movies, just like cars and cars and cars of people.
Yeah, it's the FBI raids.
Oh boy! So does anyone want to tell any Waffle House stories? Because I know they're out there.
I think I was in a booth with
Oh God,
whose booth was I in? I know I was in there with Luke Hayes, I think Joe Erebus, and maybe Dak. And I think there's a picture out there, but that was the most wild Waffle House trip of all time.
I think Richard Christian was in that.
Yeah, he might have been
too.
No, I think Richard Christian was with me and Delta.
We had 3 different tables. What were all the 3 tables? Who sat with? I don't even remember who sat with me, to be honest. I know Zay and,
we were at the
Zay
bar.
and Damien sat at a different table. So, I don't remember who was even at my table. I think Owen Orion was. I do know that.
Who was at your table? I don't remember.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was me, Owen, and 2 other people. I think Dak was kind of
Kent Havoc,
between
maybe?
tables. I know Todd. Maybe I know.
Havoc might.
Yeah, Havoc might have been. No, he might have been, because there was a big table. There was a big table in the back with Zay and all them, and Damien and Ty and all them. But I think Dak kind of floated in between tables, because Dak was like, man, Dak is a big energy ball, and he was like everywhere. So.
I will say Ken Havoc was asleep for 18 hours.
Oh my God!
Straight.
Yeah, he was the opposite of Dak.
He was slumped.
Yeah, he was asleep for 18 hours straight.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he came in, sat on that one couch. And you,
he was so different
And
when
like,
he was here. It was crazy.
oh yeah, he was going. He kept going.
It's, but yeah, he was knocked out for most of the trip. Every time I would look over, he was still in the same position, hadn't moved a muscle, still dead asleep. I was like, "Can we check for a pulse?" Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like I barely interacted with him, but like we started to like get to know each other more. And then when it came up to him coming here, I was just like, yeah, he can stay at my house.
Yeah.
Like I had known him the least amount of anyone in the trip, just because he was
That was a
asleep
great
most of the
time.
time. I was like, yeah, he can. Yeah.
Now all this is a bunch of bullshit.
Dude, I remember I don't, as people may catch on from my various podcasts, I don't watch backyard wrestling. So I don't know
unless one Cody Powers is in it.
Yeah, unless I'm in it. It's just I'm busy. I only watch what I can pop myself over. But it's messed up. No, so I didn't know like how long people had been in each company, and I see Russell Wood from TBW, and I was like, "Hey, Russell!" Every time I saw him, and I like said nothing else besides, "Hey, Russell."
I don't remember talking to him,
but like it was a
Yeah,
I never had an actual conversation. I just said, "Hey, Russell," and that was about it.
I had a
But
couple
it happened multiple
conversations
times
with him, very small ones, and it was about whether or not I would put him over. And I'm sorry to sound like Hulk Hogan, but I said no. And it's nothing against him. I just at that time was being how I was being, and then everybody had big heads at the time. I mean, there was a discussion. Yeah. I wouldn't say an argument ever, but there was a discussion over certain matches and who would win, especially me and Tyler.
Yeah.
I think it was debated a couple times. Originally scheduled, me and Marcus Dillon was debated over. Marcus didn't want to put me over. Now I don't think either of us care. We would both put each other over in an instant. But yeah, there was that as well.
Yeah. Shit! I was thinking of something good. I completely forgot it. Georgia.
Hey, Cody Powers.
Was
you
it
suck?
Waffle House?
What's up?
Was it? Oh.
Hey, guess what, buddy? I know. No, I'm trying to think. It might have. No, I know what it was. It was Wingstop.
Wingstop. We got the Last Supper picture.
We took a picture and made it line up as the Last Supper. And Tyler Green was Jesus. And we all ate under his guide. And then there was a dog mask too, and I ate fries through the mask.
Became Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, and then during a couple of the nights where we were all just sitting in the living room watching wrestling, I became Scooby-Doo. There are various clips of it. It was comedic gold and a highlight of the weekend. Legendary clip, along with Cat Hardy.
Cat Hardy.
Oh man, favorite.
It was one of the best stories. So I was the closest to Cat Hardy. I have a very up close view of it. It was Johnny Blade's cat got up on the little fireplace and was like looking to jump off, and we're like, "Oh my god, that's really high up!" And we're like, "It's Jeff Hardy," and we all started chanting ECW, and the cat just jumped. And then someone edited in later and put Jeff Hardy's music.
Isaiah did that. And you know what? The greatest thing about Cat Hardy for me is how hard we all actually got into it, as if it were the greatest pro wrestling match we had ever seen. And
we were all chanting
off a ledge. Yeah. And that's what this is how I love how wrestling becomes so a part of your life. It is with something like that. A cat is on a ledge, and at the end of the cat jumping off a ledge, which is something natural that cats just do, we are sitting there and we are popping harder than any crowd has ever popped in their entire life, and we all start yelling "Holy shit" at the top of our lungs. I mean, that is gold. Yep. That is probably my favorite memory from Georgia, and that's a weird one to pick as your like number one favorite. But Cat Hardy is great.
And I remember my dumb ass being like, "It's like Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed."
Dumb fuck.
I was going.
I've got the video somewhere, but the pop, you can hear it and you can feel it, and it is loud. I mean, for just
Yeah.
for 10 to 15 people being in the same room, I mean that's it, and we popped that loud. That was that's my favorite.
EC dub, EC dub, EC dub, EC dub, EC dub. The cat's like, what the fuck?
It's horrifying, bro.
That cat is asking so many questions right now. Bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah, that was amazing. I remember what I was actually going to say earlier, and that was we were talking about talking to people. One of the most interesting interactions I had was Damian Wayne, because Damian never talked. He was like silent most of the hangout. He'd say like one or two words. I was hanging out downstairs, and I like got into a conversation with him, and it was just really weird because we were having this actual like full conversation, and it had like a wise mentor vibe because he never talked, but it was like information was so valuable, but he just steals it away all the time.
Yeah, for perspective, I had an entire hardcore match, and I had one conversation with him, and it was that match. That was it. I didn't talk to him besides that.
I didn't talk to him at all, and I don't know if the reason I didn't talk to some people is because they were only there for a certain amount of days, and I didn't really get around to it. But I mean, I feel like there was a certain couple people who I talked to all the time, being Dak, Tyler, John, obviously, and then I didn't really get to talk to Zay a lot. I was in a match with them and never got to touch him once in the match.
I got to touch everybody, bro.
Yeah, you got everybody
in that match. I did not. Me and Zay did not make any sort of contact in that match whatsoever. Even when they were doing dirty stuff in the corner for the, for the tag match and everything like that, just the typical stuff you do. He did not lay a hand on me. We never ever did any of that, and then we never really had any conversations. So, that's kind of what I've missed out on a second time now because of obviously everything that's going on right now. So,
yeah,
but yeah.
I was gonna have a match at ATW. Damn it! I was gonna beat ass.
Good old ATW.
Yeah, that one's not happening. Once in a lifetime.
Do we want to go into that, or do we want to just leave it where it is?
That's up to you guys. I'm okay with
we
either.
can go into the matches that were already kind of talked about. There was obviously Archer and Thunder was going to happen.
Yes, it
me
was.
and Mr. Savage was going to and I was gonna beat the absolute dog piss out of him, and he better be so glad that match didn't happen.
Yeah, that would have been a shoot.
I fully support it.
Absolutely, just annihilate him for 10 minutes and then call it quits and just put his ass down. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, but who cares? I was gonna have a match with their GM, and I was going to just it was gonna be like falls count anywhere or no holds barred or whatever, some kind of bullshit like that. I was gonna beat him with anything and everything I saw.
Delta,
like,
you were supposed to fight Chadwick Overkill, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to fight Sammy Chadwick Overkill, the Ass Collins, in a hardcore tables match.
Damn.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was. I feel like I said, I feel like the ATW crossover would have just been us massacring them and then leaving. So it was just it was us going in with. It wasn't even Not that's not downplaying them or anything like that. I'm just saying the styles of matchups. I feel like we all just would have took it to the let's kick some ass type shit. So that was what we missed out on. But hey, you never know. So
yeah, it stuff happens. It's like whatever. You live and learn. Like the fans would have liked it, but like It just happens. I am still sad about the JNA one though, because those guys seemed really excited about it. Like, I feel like there's a lot more feedback on their end.
Right. They were really excited about that, and I know, they were going out and pushing the matches on Twitter more than anything. They were the ones selling that and everything, and that was, they really did want that, and I do feel bad that we weren't able to make that happen as well, which would have all happened on this one trip. We would have had pretty much 2 actual crossovers and then another one filmed for our own personal, our own personal to have enjoyment and entertainment and everything as well. Going really off topic, back to Jersey. I was going to say something and I lost it. Damn.
Find it. I believe in you.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. So when we did the 6-man, because I was talking about that match, and this is the only other thing that I did not talk about in that match, is when I saw the stiffest clothesline I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God. Are you talking about the one that knocked Thunder
I
into
am talking about that exact one, Mr. Delta.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was
yeah, Thunder,
we were
you got
both coming
messed
in off
up
the
on
hot
that
tag,
one.
I'm pretty sure, and Jake Reed just laid me out with a fucking clothesline, and
Yeah,
yeah,
got a little too
and
hot
I'm just
off the
laying
hot
there, and
tag
I was like, shit.
It's Thunder and Creed! It's Thunder and Creed! Here comes Creed! Oh, he's unbelievable! Creed! Oh my God!
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, he came in with a stack of bricks. And then my favorite part of that match was Reaper doing shit chops, and then Delta just going, "This is how you do chops."
Great. Because
and then he actually
you
did a
would
good
put
one.
almost nothing into his chop, and it's like, no, you're gonna put all your body into it. You're gonna wind up, and you're gonna swing.
Yeah, spank the monkey. Like, just do it.
You got the spank the monkey catchphrase, and
oh my God, you fit it in.
what are you, Tommy? Now you got to get your catchphrases in.
No, that was just something like Georgia had a bunch of like really weird meme meme dialogue that we just picked up on. One of them was Ed the Boy E. Like any point, every hour you would hear at least 5 people.
That was an
go,
annoying
Ed the Boy
one.
E. Ed the Boy
Funny
E.
thing is, when Dak would do it over the megaphone, and the megaphone was its own.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be the first to say it because I don't think we've talked about. I didn't like the megaphone. I kind of hated the megaphone.
Megaphones are usually shit. Like, as much as I loved using the megaphone was evil.
It got very overutilized, and Tyler had to put a stop to that.
Yes, I should have sold that megaphone. Nobody was gonna take it. I did buy a new one. I think I used that on the product already, though. Oh, yes, he did. I remember. I had to buy a new one.
Accidentally stole something from him, we should say.
Tyler Adams caught on. Tyler Adams.
Yeah, accidentally.
Tyler Adams was caught on, so...
Yeah, you caught on. Yeah, he took it, and I had to buy him a new one. Like, dude, really?
That was John's, right?
You got a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember now.
Yep. Fucking stupid. You guys, I wish you guys would have seen the Forest promo in person.
Oh, man.
God, it was so funny. I cut it mid-promo.
That promo sucked, man.
And it was bad.
That's bad because we've filmed some bad promos and people haven't stopped them. So, like...
Yeah. Knew when he said, "This is my first promo." I'm like, "You're not saying this is my first promo, bro." There's a reason you don't talk.
When it's your first promo and you're already acknowledging that it's a promo, like, geez, dude, you can't. You're not at that level yet. Don't just start talking about promo. Just do it. Just go out there and talk. Don't say my promo. Like, you've already probably given the most shit promo of your life if you even started with that. So.
I will say the one thing that got like really bad with promos for Civil War was everyone kept
Yeah,
mentioning that all the
everybody
other
did.
companies backed out.
Oh man, that was a low blow. I still, I did that hard on Twitter for like closer to when we uploaded it because we had obviously recorded it beforehand. I got more into that, but right before we were about to upload it, I was like, well, why aren't you guys coming out? What the hell's wrong with And it just, oh man, we did poke a little too much fun at that subject.
We used it so much. It was just overused. It is funny though, because there was a couple companies that just didn't show up, but yet
No, my favorite one. No one talks about this, and no one has brought it
we
up.
were good.
This is Bobby Lethal.
Yeah.
Bobby Lethal and Tornado TJ. He was there. Like he was literally there.
SW
Yeah,
part of Civil
Bobby.
War, and a lot of people are like, "Who the fuck is SW?" Well, if you go back and watch Civil War, you'll know. And
They're
I'll just say,
cool belt.
Bobby Lethal is a great worker. He's kind of nervous, but he's smooth in there if you got in there with him enough. And I think I did before I got eliminated from the bull run to know that.
Yeah,
So,
Bobby Lethal told me to hit him with a fucking suplex,
I
and
don't
I did it.
I think Thunder.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, like in the middle of the ring, wasn't it?
he's like, "Whip my ass,"
Man.
and you're like, "All right, here we go."
That Bull Run Rumble was hilarious because that was the first time I ever got to do like a big crossover match. And
Oh yeah, you were.
I was in the Rumble, yeah, and I came out in my attire inspired by one of the local indie wrestlers we have. And I got in the ring, and Thunder and Havoc were going to eliminate me. And I didn't want to take the top rope bump. And since it was any rope can get eliminated, I just slid under the bottom rope and was like, nope, not doing it. Nope, 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 to the floor.
So your same shtick from the Rumble.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
ask,
I don't want to break
just out
shit.
of curiosity, whose local indie shirt were you wearing?
I was wearing. Oh, I wasn't wearing. I was wearing an XI shirt, but I had like the pants and like the sleeveless shirt, like Aaron Orion did.
Okay.
Yeah,
you did.
I think I had wrist tape too,
It was
but I
just
don't
a
remember.
normal XI.
Yeah, it was the one we got when we got chopped. Oh, that's a good story.
Yeah, I mean that's not a travel story, but yeah, I mean,
I mean, you know what? Screw it. It's good enough. We all
Not
took
me.
pro wrestling chops and have had marks.
No, I was there every
Oh,
time.
you
I
didn't?
just fuck that.
You weren't there, were you? Or
oh,
did
he
you
was
just not?
there. He never.
Ah, you bitch. Yeah, we got chopped by some local indie guys.
Johnny, you gotta go! Delicious! Johnny Delicious! I knew I had to jack it up. You're okay with that, right? Is this from him? That's from him? This one's from me. He wants it. He wants it. Oh my God. I think that's both of you guys. I kind of feel bad. You're a heel. Well, he's gonna jump. Give it to him. Shit. Oh, get in there. Hey, man, I think you won with the shot. I won? Yeah. Oh, that one's stiff.
Oh, I took it from 4 people. I took it from 3, Mongo, Johnny, and Shogun. Which, Jesus, how I lived through that night, I don't know.
Yeah,
Bro, Johnny Delicious didn't fucking care.
Johnny fucked
Johnny
us up.
with those overhands was, oof. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I took.
Yeah, we did.
That was for us calling him Pepto
Yeah,
Bismol.
Yeah, we called him Pepto-Bismol.
Bubblegum and Pepto Bismol, and all those times we like roasted the shit out of him. That was
Yeah.
the biggest receipt I've ever seen in my entire life because that shit
Yeah.
made my chest bleed. That was...
We deserved it though. Yeah, mine did too a little bit. I took one from Johnny, one from Shogun, and
Did you take one from Mongo?
I either took one from Mongo or someone else. No, I think Adams was the only one that took one from
Yeah,
Mongo.
and Mongo's fucking hurt because his didn't even come in like with the slap effect. His kind of like his knuckle kind of hit me in the chest, so it was almost like he tried to punch me with one finger, but with all the might of his whole fist, but just getting hit by one knuckle or whatever, and it didn't feel right. I was like, that didn't feel like a chop. That kind of just felt like you like actually karate chopped my chest instead of pro wrestling chop. So I didn't appreciate that one very much.
You should just slap him in the face.
Could have got, yeah, yeah.
That's the smart
great
idea.
That was
Storm?
Yeah, you would
I
have.
probably would have got stabbed by a fork, and
Yeah, you would have got stabbed by a fork and thrown off the stairs. We witnessed 2 ridiculous shooting star presses at those shows.
Alex is off the truck, and then
His off the balcony too.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
I'm sad that he's stepping away, but
Yeah, I am too, but it happens. Life happens. I'm not mad. He'll
but
be back.
anyway, not too off topic because a lot of these people don't even know who we're talking about. I mean, they know wrestlers around here, but I don't know how familiar these people are with that. Are there any other Civil War Georgia stories?
I'm trying to think of ones I can tell and ones I can't tell.
Yeah, there's that with every story. There's like shit we can't tell, and I wish we could, but we can't.
Oh, I got a good one. Us being utter heathens at a pizza
That was
chain.
such good pizza.
We went to a pizza buffet the last. Yeah, and
God,
we were the dumbest people in the room because we were just causing some trouble. We were doing stupid stuff. I had the Los Diego mask. I was eating pizza in the Los Diego mask. Walked around the entire restaurant in Los Diego. I think someone brought the dog mask too. Yeah, that was a weird, that was our first sit down experience with Boggs, and get to meet Boggs because with Civil War, he was just late. He came the last day, so we filmed that opening segment that we did with me and him, the last day of Civil War, right when we were all gonna leave, and then we went and got pizza and caused a ruckus.
I did it all for the nookie, by God, dude.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that I can kind of intertwine with Jersey. A similarity is leaving was so sad, and it was that night after the pizza buffet that we we had to say our goodbyes to everyone there, and we haven't seen them since, which is the saddest part of that whole thing. And that was an emotional goodbye too. We as we were driving off, we must have waved 100 times before we finally,
Yeah, everyone, that was such a wonderful trip because everyone bonded with each other. I always say this, but we still talk to those guys every day.
Yeah,
there's always some kind of conversation.
Every single day we talk to those guys. We've got a huge Snapchat group. We got 2 huge Snapchat groups with those guys. The original group and then the additional group that was supposed to go on the second trip before everything that happened today is happening and everything like that. That was that group of people too, and we still keep in contact with everybody. So,
yep,
that's the great takeaway I can take from all that is we keep super close contact, and it's weird. We have different relationships. I can't even say which one is a stronger relationship, whether it's us and EBW or us and TBW, because they're so different. But we do talk to the TBW guys more than we talk to the EBW guys, even though, you could say there is some soft spots in our hearts for the EBW guys that can never be replaced by any company. And that's no insult to anyone else. That's just credit to them for being our first ever, anything expanding out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I look at that. But, yeah, that's...
No, because we're all just one giant community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to treat it like.
That's the great thing is we're all, we're all kind of one now because at least we've gone to both places, and it kind of, if they haven't met, they kind of united through us to a point where it's, there's an understanding and a respect to it. So.
Yeah. It's... Damn, I'm tired of this coronavirus. Because
that
trip was
a good thing
so
to
good.
do during this. Not only is this fun for us, but obviously, like I said, this is really good for the fans for content and everything. I do like doing.
Yeah. You guys get all the good dirt, all the good stories that you never hear before.
Yeah, you know how you were saying before we came on air that you didn't know if we were going to be doing another one of these. I think with the success of this one, or the maybe success of this one, we should do another one, but that's just me.
I'd be fully open to doing another one. I think we can get into some more of our backstage home stories.
And also we can like you said, we can compete with the Gun and Roman show, which will be that competition. We actually get that going. Just talk to Max and have him and Tommy be their own unit, and if those two, the power of just those two as a unit.
Just the aura from both of them.
The aura from both of them, and the intensity from both of them. So those two as a unit, and then us four. I mean, it's 4-on-2, but it's pretty equal with how they come off and everything, and how they can to mention this, how they can both speak for hours and hours and hours and have the most eloquently spoken conversation that there is. And I mean,
the Impractical Jokers are going to win.
Us versus them, and
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. And you know what that does? If we do that, that just creates more and more content that people can go watch. Even if the Gun and Roman show ends up on the EBW channel, it's more content we can send our fans to go watch. So.
I mean, honestly, we could do Monday Night Wars.
Monday Night Wars, that'd be awesome.
Like we go on MEBW and they go on EBW.
Yeah, quarantine. That sounds like a great idea.
That would be a really good idea.
Because what else are we gonna do?
Yeah, what else do we have?
This is on a Monday right now, so if we just did this every Monday or every other Monday, or if it was like a Monday treat, that's like a Monday Night Wars type thing that we could do, and that's probably really interesting for the fans. I mean, it all depends on how they perceive this and everything too. But I mean, if
our podcast wins all day,
if that comes to fruition, I think it'd be great.
That's true, and I also have a segue because we're talking about podcasts being on the same night. If you haven't watched it already, on the Maximus Roman YouTube channel today, the Ranting with Roman interview with Jack Delta and I should be up, or it will be up sometime today. Just a little self-promotion.
I didn't know you guys even did that.
Yes, we did. It was a good one. It was a really good one.
Yeah, we got a lot of Max's takes from our crossovers. Yes, we did.
That's interesting, because I feel like we can say 100 times our side of the story. I've never really heard from the other side what their perception of it is fully. I mean, obviously you have your little talks here and there, but I'd love to listen to Max just obviously no pun intended, but just rant about that. That'd be cool.
Oh, it's really good. We have some good talks. You guys can go check that out.
I'm not going to watch that podcast.
Anyone got any closing words?
No. I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, you're missing a good experience.
Thank you, Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna watch it.
Oh, boy.
Support Backyard Wrestling. It's where the real stars come from.
Yeah.
Who said that? Tyler, right?
That's the greatest quote of all humankind.
And I think it's fitting. And I think it's fitting because it was the last crossover we went to. We're ending the podcast.
So with that was the Jersey Boys podcast experience. I hope you all enjoyed. We're gonna go be quarantined and be sad and stuff.